Ladies and gentlemen, we are at the Brickyard, Indianapolis Motor Speedway, that is, for round 8 of season 10 of the HRT Motorsports Truck Series. The roasted record Brickyard 150 plus 12 or 162, however you want to do it. You want to get too math technical, it's 162. But if you want to go by what's on the screen, it's 150 plus 12. You're going to see it all live here tonight on Motormouth Broadcasting. Good evening, folks. I'm the redneck announcer, Jake Reeves, my good buddy Jim Cunningham, alongside co-commentating and producing here this evening. Jimmy, oh, baby, this is going to be a good one right here. We already watched the race a couple days ago in Indianapolis, and it didn't turn out as well as a lot of people probably wanted to say. But hopefully the HRT Motorsports Truck Series guys can show them how to do it here tonight. Good evening, sir. How are you?
I'm doing good, man. It is good to be back in Indianapolis. Of course, you and I, like I said, this is round 2 for us this week. We had one Friday, and we got another one today. I have no doubt that I feel like this one is going to turn out a little different than our Friday deal did. We had a lot of caution flags, and it dragged the race out. It was good racing, and all of that, but I just there was a lot of cautions. I got a feeling this, it's going to be different. These guys don't typically have a lot of cautions, so I feel really good about it. I love this place. We talked about that Friday as well. I grew up. Indianapolis was to me as a kid was the holy grail because it was like untouchable. The Indianapolis 500, you couldn't even watch it live on TV. You had to listen to it on the radio if you wanted to hear it live, and then you got it the next weekend on Wide World of Sports. They would show it to you, and you get a chance to see it, the edited version of it. So this was just the place, man. And when NASCAR decided to come here, getting to see Earnhardt win here in the second year, and I guess Gordon, I believe, won the first year, if I'm not mistaken. Man, it's just this place just holds special memories for me, and I just love that NASCAR comes here.
Yeah, I mean, and to be honest with you, Jim, I'm very happy. Like you said, the NASCAR comes here. I'm happy that this facility is what it is, and thank God they don't have the Indy road course anymore with NASCAR. Thank God they just used the whole damn track. I mean, I'm tickled to death about that. I mean, nothing against anybody out there that loves the road course racing, but I prefer when you have a track, like when they had the Daytona, when they was using the road course for the shootout. Why? We never did that. I mean, we always used the super speedway version. So when they went to the road course version here at Indy, it upset me because I didn't like it. The drivers didn't like it. The fans didn't like it. And NASCAR actually listened for a change, and they went back to the oval. But, I mean, I'm telling you, it's like I told you Friday night. I mean, if Indiana wasn't so far away from Georgia, I would be going to each and every one of the Brickyard races that I could, just because of how rich and because I always loved history. I was very good at history in school because I always loved learning about history. And this place is literally, you look up the definition of history in the racing dictionary, Indianapolis is right next door. I mean, that is your definition of that. So I mean, that's exactly right, what it is. So much history here. I mean, Tony Stewart, winning, Jeff Gordon, Dale Earnhardt, Bill Elliott, Kevin Harvick, you name it. Hell, the list goes on and on. Kyle Busch. The list just goes on and on and on and on and on. But this place is going to be a good one here tonight, considering the fact of how we saw the tire wear model. We did, me and you, we watched that Friday, but the fans at home is going to get to see it here tonight with this tire wear model because they had a new update to come out last week. And the tire wear model is absolutely horrendous. And it will show here tonight. It's going to be crazy with these guys hauling the mail all the way around this track and then going into these corners, 4 distinct corners, not like turn 3 and 4 like you would see at a Chicagoland or something like that. There is 4 separate corners here, and you got to drive all 4 of these separate corners completely different than what you would the other ones. I mean, it's just crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah, no, that's 100% correct, man. This is different than what we know. When we say turns 1 and 2 at most of our tracks, it's really one big giant turn. You go in on 1 and you come out on 2. You know, it's kind of how it works. Not here. There definitely are 4 distinct turns, and we talked about the characteristics the other night. This track, at least for me, and we've talked about that all season about the different driving styles between you and I, but for me, if I'm coming off of 1 or off of 3, my truck wants to push up and hit the wall in between, 1 and 2 or between 3 and 4. And then coming off of 2 and 4 here, my truck wants to get loose. That's the way that's the way it works for my driving style here. So I really have to be careful in between 1 and 2 because it really wants to push up. And like I said, I don't drive a push-in race car very well, so I have to be extra careful there. I'm going to reach up and smack the wall. And especially if you're going through there side by side with somebody, well, then you really got to be careful,
Yeah, you really do as well. We've seen that numerous times, especially with guys coming sideways or too wide, coming off of 1, off of 2, off of 3 or 4. I mean, hell, you can name the corner. That's pretty much what you got to run into. See, Bud Light Mike, working his way down the backstretch right now. Corn Pro's technically with the pole as of right now, but certainly a couple of drivers could knock him off of that pole. Could really knock him off of it. So, I mean, we'll see how that works out right there. You see the 8 right there, Robert Robertson trying to get back into this mix. There is the 0-2. There's Bobby Joe working his way off of turn number 4, getting ready for the roasted record. 162, we'll just call it that. Real quick, Jim, with the roasted record being a great sponsor here with Motormark Broadcasting and all, just want to talk about them for just a little bit. Roasted Record, a coffee shop.
Yeah.
Great place in Stuart, Florida. Awesome place. I've heard so many great things about this place. I really have, Jim. Pretty cool little place. Got all your coffee needs, everything that you need for your coffee. And you can sit in there and you can drink you some coffee, do the whole 9 yards with that. But the cool thing about this place, this is the part that I absolutely love about it. They sell these records.
Yep.
Like old school records, not MP3s, not like what we got now, what you download to your phone and your iPod and all that other crap.
That's right.
No, they really have records for a record player that is big. Okay, and they sell them, and they probably got it all, but they got it all. Literally, Aerosmith, Led Zeppelin. If you're into the classic rock, they got the old school country music with George Jones, all that good stuff. They got the whole 9 yards. So you want to go check them out
Southern
if you're in the Stuart, Florida area.
Hello.
Yes, Southern Rock, Leonard Skinner, baby. Yeah, got Leonard Skinner, 38 Special, all that good stuff. Bad Company.
Yes.
Maybe even Eric Clapton, Tom Petty, if you love all that stuff. And maybe even some of the new rap, if they even put it out on record. To be honest with you, I don't know. I don't listen to the new rap, so I don't know if they put it out on record. I'll just be honest with you. But if you're in the Stuart, Florida area, go check out Roasted Record. Go check them out, the Roasted Record. And if you're not, you can get yourself lined up with them. Go to their website, roastedrecord.com. So thank you very much to Roasted Record for the sponsorship.
Check this out. We got a link in the description here in the video. It will take you to their website, and if you're going to go visit and check out the website, please use the link. It just shows them that their advertising is working, and that people from the sim racing world. By the way, the owner, he races real cars in real life, and he's also a huge sim racing fan. Does a lot of sim racing. He believes that this is a way to market his business. But if you're into coffee, which, I'm not a fancy coffee person. My wife is, but I'm not. But they get coffee beans from all over the world. They roast them small batch, artisan small batch roasting in-house. And they do specific blends for different things like espresso and whatnot. And they sell all that online. And the link in the description below will take you to their website. That'll at least let them know that people from sim racing are looking. So do that for us. And if you decide to buy anything, there's a code listed down there. It's SIM, SIM 20. SIM 20 gets you 20% off your order. with Roasted Record. And of course, if you do order from him, we don't get a kickback or anything, but it just lets him know that his advertising dollars are working, and he's passing on a discount to sim racers. So check him out. Good company, good guy, and just a cool vibe. I can't wait to next time I go down to Orlando or something, slide over there to Stuart, Florida, which, by the way, he's right there, in between Daytona and Sebring, right in the heart of,
wow.
Yeah, right in the heart of, and Helmstead. He's kind of right in the middle of all three of them. And
wow.
Right there in the middle of the Florida racing scene, man. Yep.
Yeah. I mean, in Volusia Speedway, right down the road.
Yes.
From Daytona as well. So I mean, literally, he is right smack dab in the middle of it. So that's a pretty good deal for that. So go check them out, Roasted Record. I'm going to actually hook them up. I'm probably going to hop on their website, click into the link, and save it. And I'm going to hook myself up. Probably get me a little bit of coffee when it's all said. Because I like my coffee in the mornings. If I ain't my coffee, ask my wife. If I ain't got my coffee in the mornings,
I could see
I'm not Jake Green.
I could see you being a little ornery without your coffee in the morning. I could see that.
Yeah, there's got to be a certain type of coffee, which I would bet right now Roasted Record has got that kind of coffee that I am looking for. So thank you very much to them. Go check them out. Click the link, enter the code, get yourself some good coffee, get yourself lined up for those long working days as we're getting ready to get into that work week, which none of us want to talk about. But get yourself lined up. Yeah, I mean, you get yourself kind of started off one way or another. There's the finish line here at Indianapolis, the 2.5 mile rectangle speedway, if you want to call it that. I call it a rectangle. It is a rectangle. And that right there, that's the only part of the track that's brick. Everybody of it, all the rest of it's asphalt. And that's
it used to be. You knew that though, right? At one time, the whole place was brick.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. I didn't.
And they left that. Yeah, and they left the start finish line. They left it a line of bricks. Because it, like you said, it was bricks. Then they laid asphalt on top of it, but they left the start finish line as bricks, and that gave it character for the Brickyard, which obviously it was full of bricks all over. Anyway, that's beside the damn point. We're getting ready for round 8 of the Hard Time Motorsports Truck Series and getting the grid lined up here tonight. This is gonna be a good one. Thank you very much to everybody joining us out there on Motorman Broadcasting. Here we go. Austin Court Pro, Scott Cassidy up there at the front in the points. Rolling off from row number 1 here this evening. Starting in row 2, Andrew Lohmeyer and Bobby Lane Jr. Boy, that's going to be a hell of a row right there starting in row number 2. Right behind him, Dan Cullison and Ronald Robertson. Robertson needing to get back on that high horse and get going. We'll find them in 5th and 6th. Alan Marr. Steve Harrison making up row number 4. Alan Marr actually come in a little bit late, but he's here now, here this evening. Bud Light Mike, my boy, and Rusty Robinson. Rusty hoping to have a good night tonight as well, so is Bud Light Mike. Benny Jones and BJ Lane III, Mr. Consistency, trying to be consistent here tonight. They'll be rolling off from row number 6. And then row 7, you find Brian Perrone and William Martin, Georgia Bulldog colors. He is going to flex that muscle 9 ways Sunday all day long. And then right back there in the back, shotgun on the field is James Borden in the 69. The 15 drivers getting ready to line it up as they will take one lap right here, Jim. And by the time we get back to the start-finish line, we're going racing here at Indy.
So let's see. I got a couple things I want to talk about. First of all, I want to bring up Dan Cullison again. I gave the man a hard time about the University of Texas thing. He's not strongly aligned to University of Texas, so I'm now a bigger Dan Cullison fan. But I want to congratulate him again on that podium last week. Good run, good strategy move there. Like I said, he's learning from these boys over here. They're teaching him, and he got them smarts real good and learned it, and pulled him off the third-place finish there. So that was quite a finish. Now, Andrew Lohmeyer messaged me this week, and he was we were talking about something that happened last week or whatever, but he also said that he's got something for him. He's been been kind of holding back a little bit, and he realizes now that the spot he's in, he's got to pretty much get up and go at this point. And he said he's gonna push it hard. We know he's fast already, but he's kind of been conservative, trying to get finishes, and it ain't been working out for him. He said he's fixing to let it fly. So just let's be prepared for that. You know what I mean? So it's he said it's coming. So I'm excited to see what that means on the track.
Yeah, this is going to be good right there out of Andrew Lohmeyer. See if he can make something happen one way or another. Also, Steve Harrison, we talked about him a second ago, rolling off back there in row number 4. First start of the season for Harrison. Will he be able to make the best of it? Well, folks, if you haven't yet, make sure you like and subscribe to MotorMouth Broadcasting as we're getting ready for round number 8 of the HRT Motorsports Truck Series. We're green flag here tonight at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Scott Castanave on the outside, big jump. Cornprost down to the inside. Castanave all by himself up on the top side. Bobby Joe right behind him as well. Working their way through 1, coming out of turn 2. And now Cornprost squirts out ahead just by a couple of inches. Not anymore. Here comes Scott Castanave on the outside.
Yeah, this is there he goes. Got a new livery on there this week too. Running a Jack Frost livery. Actually, we were talking during the week about liveries, and he whipped this one out in about 30 minutes. Man, this guy's amazing with his liveries. Yeah, he was having none of that Cornprost up front leading the first lap thing. He was going to get up there and take care of his business, and he is, and now he's pulling away.
Yeah, very much is. Obviously,
Bobby
Scott
Joe
Castanave trying to ease out of here. Here comes Bobby Joe. Bobby Lane Jr. trying to make a little name for himself, sliding up there into the P2 spot, trying to get around Cornprost. Cornprost's not wanting to give it up.
No.
Lohmeyer, you talked about him a second ago. Andrew Lohmeyer trying to get up here in this mix as well. But Bobby Joe able to slide by Cornprost, take that second spot. Cornprost goes back to third. Lohmeyer and Collison running in the top 5. Bobby Joe, though, already up 2 spots from where he started. He is trying to figure out a way to run down Scott Castanave.
Yeah, and I think one of the things about Indy, man, is you cannot miss the apex on these turns here and carry the momentum. They're braking going into 1 just slightly, dragging the brake, I guess, a little bit, maybe to plant the nose on the truck to get it to turn. And then they're rolling the rest of the turns on the track. So that's interesting because actually I believe that there is a difference on the 1 and 2 end of the track versus the 3 and 4. I don't think they're exactly perfectly symmetrical as we see at most racetracks. Or maybe the banking's different. There is something different about it. But so that's kind of what they're doing. Tires are going to be the issue here tonight, man, as Castanave is done slid out here to almost a full second lead right now. But tires are going to be you're gonna have to watch these tires. We saw Friday night, man, they were absolutely destroying these tires. So that's going to be the key here tonight, I think.
Yeah, I mean, Jim, something else we'll really have to be watching out for. Nobody's really done it right now, but they will do it eventually as this race goes on. Remember what I was talking about, and folks at home, this snaky draft that we're going to see here tonight. Anybody that has watched Indy cars, or for that matter, a race here at Indianapolis, I mean, it doesn't matter, NASCAR, Indy car, whatever, that snaky draft, you're going to see drivers go down all the way down to the white line or in the middle of the track. They're not going to keep it all the way up against the wall like you would at other tracks to try to make that corner. I mean, they got a long way to go down the back stretch, and also on the front stretch. You're going to see plenty of drivers try to jump down and try to break that draft from the guy behind them. That way they're not sucking up to them and being able to get that draft. You'll see guys like I said, do that little snaky draft, but for the most part, nobody doing it. Bobby Joe not doing it at this time. Lohmeyer is going to be able to get up on his tailgate. And there's Ron Robertson trying to do that same thing to dive down to that inside, but he's able to get that draft off of Alan Marr and to be able to suck right up to his tailgate. So something we're going to have to watch out for. Damn, Marr hit the brakes, and Robertson almost got down on the apron, almost hit the grass coming off the turn 2. That is going to hurt him on that exit of the
Yep.
corner. And now he's going to have to try to use that draft, get back up there. But Martin not wanting to break that draft, not wanting to be snaky or anything like that. So we will see that eventually before the night is over with that snaky draft that I was talking about.
I love that. I love that term, the snaky draft. I'm going to work that one in.
They look like snake. I mean, it looks like a snake.
No, it
seriously.
does.
I mean, it does. I mean, they're snaky all the way down.
As soon as
awesome.
you explained it to me, I thought it was perfect. Look at Corn Pros here. About to send it on the inside of Mar here. It's hard to hold it on the outside here and maintain it, but look at Mar right there. See, what he was able to do was he stopped Robertson from running out to the wall there. So Robertson had to pinch it off a little bit. Whoa, he's done spun him.
Oh, spun him out. Oh, shit is out on the backstretch here at Indy. Robertson and Marr making contact.
Well, all right then.
Lord.
Yeah, here we go.
Oh, wow.
Here we go.
Might have been some side draft. Robertson might have tried to side draft with Marr right there and just missed it by an inch. We'll check it out one more time. Instant replay. Maybe Robertson was just trying to jump in behind Marr and just kind of just go there because Marr gets a run. You see Marr able to get that run you was talking about it.
Yeah.
Robertson having to kind of pinch it off and having to get out of the gas.
No, Marr.
No, I think he was trying to side draft, try to pull him back out of that, or he just misjudged it and was going to try to get in behind him.
Boy, you and I don't only drive different, we see things different. See, I see that as Marr coming off the wall and getting into the nose of Robertson. And you see it the other way around. Which I love that about you and I. But it gives us
devil's advocate, babe.
Yeah, it gives us some good spirited debate sometimes. But let's take a look at this here now.
Let's see.
So watch the line. Marr's heading towards the wall. Then all of a sudden, I don't know. Maybe not. I think what that was right there was they were trying to side. I think there was a side draft situation there, and I think that it pulled the trucks together, the air, as we've seen plenty of times at Daytona and Talladega and whatnot. And this place is no different than that with the speed. I think that's what happened there, probably. It did not. I thought Marr was pulling away from the wall, but maybe not. He might have just got like a weird – they might have just got like some weird wind or something. But it's very unfortunate for Marr because, well, here they come. They're all going to come down kind of early. Oh, no, they're not. Oh, closed pit road, guys. Closed pit road. Oh, no. Oh, no.
Getting busted for this, too. Wow.
Okay, so there's a bunch of guys there that should be getting black flags because that pit road was flashing closed big time, and all these guys here now did not pit because of that.
Wow.
They all turned off of it, and so I don't know. It's going to be interesting. If somebody's going to get involved and be race control here, you're going to have to let these first 6 cars pit and get back in front because that would be the only fair thing to do because technically everyone here that entered on that closed pit road should be getting an end-of-the-line penalty. I don't see any black flags that have popped up on the scoring tower. But I have seen that happen before where where the pit lights are on, but it does not show the pits as it doesn't give you a black flag if you come in. But now they're going to have to get right here, though, and let these guys pit,
Yeah, one way or another.
It wouldn't be fair for all those guys to go to the back of the line when they adhered to the lights.
Yeah, that's a good point out of that, to be honest with you. I mean, if these guys up here, if the front 6 wanted to pit, I agree. I mean, they need to get the opportunity to come down and get that pit, and they need to be able to flip it one way or another. I agree with you 100%.
I think
on that
they did because if you look at here, let's look at Casanave. He's the leader right here. Watch. Okay, so he's coming down following the truck here, and let's see, I can speed it up a little bit. We'll go here, and then we'll slow it down here, and you see he's peeling off, going into pit road. The red lights are flashing there. You see the red lights right there, and he pulled back out on the track. And then if you look behind him, everyone else did the same thing. The first 6 guys, they were all doing the same exact thing, and they all pulled back out.
Yeah, but the thing about it is those first 6, maybe they were in a position to where they wanted or just trying to block them off, trying to block off those other guys. And by the time they got to it, by the time they got to the line, they were screwed. I mean, they didn't have a choice but to go ahead and go down. Either that or you get a commitment line violation.
Well, yeah,
I mean,
again, I mean, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay with them not getting penalized. But I think if these guys want to pit, they should be able to pit and get their spot back. But that ain't happening right here. So I'm guessing they chose not to pit here. But so maybe that was a bait and switch kind of situation there by Casadave, and didn't have nothing to do with the red light. I don't know.
Well, a couple of them only took gas right there. Rusty Robinson and Bud Light Mike, they took gas, and I think Carlson might have took 2 tires, and then the other took 4 tires. So
we'll see.
But it's like you were saying, Jim. I mean, there you see it right there. You got fuel only, got a couple 4 tires in that mix as well. But it's like you were talking about, Jim. You mentioned it a second ago. You wouldn't see why they would pit. I mean, granted, they don't have that many tires.
Right.
Think about it. They only got 3 sets of tires. The 65-lap feature here tonight.
And these tires are only 7 laps old, really, because this is the 8th lap here we're on at 9th. That's under caution. So, I don't know that I would have burned a set of tires there. I think it's a little early for that, especially given the fact that you and I, with the tire wear we witnessed on Friday night. You're gonna want some fresh ones towards the end of the race. Look what happened. Boy, we know how that paid off in the end, right?
Yeah, it very much did. Well, here we go, getting ready for a restart. Jim, I tell you what, this damn thing might go green all the way to the end. So let's go ahead, get your computer turned up, your iPad, your phone, whatever you're watching on your TV. Gonna crank it up here for you tonight with the HRT Motorsports Truck Series. The speed of the HRT Motorsports Truck Series, baby. That is what we love. We love to hear those engines sing in any type of racing. We just love to hear engines, Jim. We love to hear the loud engines. We don't like electric cars. We do not roll like that. We like to hear engines. We like to hear them sing. We like to hear them scream. That is what we love. We love to be deaf for at least about 2 hours after the race with our ears ringing, baby. We love that kind of stuff.
Oh, man. You know how we always get sidetracked on something during the night, right? So here, I'm going to send us off on our first sidetrack. Have you ever been to a nitro fuel drag race?
Yes, very much. Yes. I sat at the start line.
Oh, yeah.
At Charlotte. Back when we had Atlanta Dragway not too far away, but now it's not there anymore. But I always love sitting at the start line.
Oh, we got it sideways. That's Perone. That's Perone coming out of, what was that, 3? I think that was coming out of 3, I believe. I mean, he didn't tear it up.
I think it was
bad.
1.
Oh, it might have been 1. I don't know. They all look the same to me.
One of them turds over there.
Yeah, one of them.
Oh,
They all look the
baby.
same. Yeah, I'm trying to see if he doesn't look like he tore it up too bad, but he bent it up. So he's going to need to get a little work done on that. But let's see what happened there. Let's go back and see.
Yeah, you got to do a little massaging right there on that right rear
Yeah.
after it got knocked up under the wall and then got run over in the process.
he did
Might
get
have been
hit.
BJ Lane the third that might have got
Was
into him. I think that was a 00. Might have been that ended up getting into him afterwards. We'll check it out right here, instant replay. There you see Perone kind of gets it in there.
Oh, no. BJ got into him and caused him to spin.
And then got him again after that. That was the part that I saw. But yeah, got in there. BJ sent that sucker in there.
Yeah, he did. All right, let's
Damn,
see.
I mean, it was like his brake pedal was broke or something. Just sent that in there.
Let's do this, and then let's jump in here with BJ, and let's see what happened there. All right, here we go. Oh yeah, yeah. He just cooked it in there a little bit, and then oh man, that was a bigger hit than I thought, man. He kind of popped it off the wall pretty hard there.
Yeah, not in, and also out of that, BJ kind of got it straightened out, was going to be fine, and then hell, he got run over from behind. I think it was Alan Moore that ran him over.
No, did he?
I think in the 9, yeah, he ended up tagging him after the fact, after he got him to Perone.
Well,
Moore right behind him, I believe it is, ends up getting into him after he gets slowed down. Watch it again. BJ sends it in, bam, sends it in there, and then
he does. Oh yeah, okay.
Rusty Robinson in the 5 gets him.
Yeah, it was Rusty. Yeah.
They both have white on the truck. I mean,
no, that's good. That's a good call. Let me see where Rusty's at. Right. So Rusty's. Let's see. Let's go look at it from Rusty's point of view now. Let's see what happened here from Rusty's point of view. I'm getting better with these cameras. Been practicing. Oh, man, he popped him pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, Rusty was already full
is he
committed.
fixing to wreck it? Oh, no, he almost did, though.
Almost.
He came really close. He's on the road course. Get off of that thing.
Yeah, we don't run the road course no more. Don't do that.
All right.
Well, here we go. A lot of drivers that didn't pit that first time around
are getting it now.
They're going down this time right here. And, Jim, we were talking about that whole, with the gas mileage and everything else that they got. They can go right around 30 laps. It's a 65-lap race, so you want to try to take every advantage that you possibly can. If you got the leaders up there that stayed out this time around, they pitted on lap 7. Well, these guys coming in at this point right here on lap 13, they can easily make this a one-stop race from here. They can split it right down the middle. They can make it a one-stop race as easy as you please. If it would have went green all the way, there've been a lot of people trying to figure out how to save and just try to make it one stop. But not anymore. Now it's going to be one stop all the way.
So did Lohmeyer pick up some damage in that? Because he was on pit road a while. I didn't see him catch any damage. All right, well, let's see.
I didn't either.
Let's see if he was involved in that or not. We'll just ride on board here with Lohmeyer and see what happens. No, it was all behind him. I don't know. Maybe he had some damage previously that he wanted to get worked on a little bit. I don't know. Who knows? Maybe he had to make an adjustment to his sim rig or something. That happens. We've all done that before.
Maybe he had to go get a beer.
Yeah, right. Maybe he had to get a beer. I mean, it happens.
Get him a beer, light him a cigarette, put a dip in. Put a dip in. I've done it. Go take a leak, whatever.
Oh, I've done that. I have absolutely went and took a leak during a pit stop and got back in the rig real fast. Yeah.
I've done that a lot when we raced at Talladega, just to start at the back. I just have a reason. Just go take a leak, turn around, come right back. But when you're taking a leak, that involves you drinking beer. And then you drink enough beer, you're going to have to pee sooner or later. So you get the caution. Like there was plenty of times I was praying for the caution to come out, and sure enough it did, and it was able to save me. That way I could go use the bathroom.
Well, you know what they say about that, though. You can't go. Once you go the first time, you're doomed
Oh,
because then you've broken the seal.
yeah.
You know,
Yeah, you have.
you've broken the seal, and then it's all downhill from there. It's going to be every 15 minutes if you're old like me.
Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, it could be once you get past, you can get to 6 beers, and then once you get to 6, and then or however long you can hold it. But I agree with you 100% on that because I've had that problem a bunch.
You break the seal, it's over.
That is 100% a guarantee, folks. If you don't know what I'm talking about out there in the live chat, try it. Trust me, try it. I promise you, it is not a lie. It is not something we're just making up for entertainment. That is a proven fact. That is medically proven.
That's scientific.
That is medically proven.
That's
scientific, medically proven.
Sure. Just call him Dr. Jake right now. And that ain't because he's drinking Dr. Pepper either.
No, actually, it's a Coca-Cola right now. But anyway.
You're not doing Dr. Pepper tonight. I thought you'd be on that Dr. Pepper. You know Dr. Pepper's from Texas, huh?
Really?
Yeah.
Dr.
Pepper was, it was invented.
Well, there's one in the fridge, but I'm saving it for my wife. Anyway.
You're a good man. Smart man.
Great
happy,
man. Think about
happy
the wife.
wife.
Baby. Yes, sir.
Happy wife, happy life.
Yes, sir. Here we go. Getting back for a restart. Ronald Robertson in the 8. Up here on the front row, Dan Collison and Steve Harrison, his very first race of the season. Up here third with Alan Moore right beside of him and Benny Jones, top 5. Here we go. Back at it. Lap 16 of 65. And we'll see if we can get it all green all the way to the end or will there be more thrills and spills. Robertson and Collison door to door, side by side. Alan Moore, remember, Moore got mixed up earlier on. He has fought his way back to the 3rd spot. Robertson trying to get away with it. Here comes Moore going for 2nd.
Yeah, he's about to take it down on the bottom there. Yep, he's going to put Collison to the test here. See if Collison can hold it on the. Oh, he drifted up the track there. He's going to have to lift.
Oh. Benny Jones back there got into the wall, sliding back a little bit. Yeah, I believe Benny Jones did. Slid back, got up into the wall, coming off a 3. Here they come. Harrison now down to the inside, going after Collison. But that draft is going to end up screwing him right here because that outside lane. Oh, Collison,
no good.
God almighty. Boy, he was not clear, not by a long shot. Harrison was there. Harrison sticks the nose in there. Harrison goes to 3rd. Cassidy down to the inside. He's going to try to bring Bobby Joe along with him and go for the 4th spot, but Collison able to get clear. Jumps right in front of the 03, your point leader coming into the 9. And now Collison's going to try to go back after Harrison going into 3.
Boy, Harrison is running that high line. Look at that. Oh, off the wall up there. Man, he is pushing up the track. That's dangerous territory up there, man. That is not where you want to be. Harrison lost a bunch of spots on that.
And, Jim, this is one of those tracks where, like other tracks, that we've called races at, there is an outside lane. You can run that outside lane. You could roll that outside lane. Like, Auto Club, which is what we'll come to very soon in the future. Kansas is the last race. Those are tracks that you would run the outside lane.
Yeah. Not here. No.
Yeah. I mean, there's a second line here, but it
ain't there.
Right above that damn bottom line, but there is not a 4th or 3rd line up there on the top side. It's not here.
Real quick. What in the world? BJ is sitting on pit road, tore up.
What happened to BJ Lane in 3rd? Let's see what happened to him.
Oh, he got on the grass.
Oh, wow.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Oh, he blew the motor up, too. Did you see that? That's what, see, look at the smoke. I saw the smoke on pit lane. That's what made me look down, and then I saw he was tore up.
Boy, he's going to be cussing me when this is all said and done because I said earlier he is Mr. Consistency.
Yeah, no, you absolutely commentator cursed him.
Yeah, I mean, because he's one of those drivers that prides himself on consistency. Remember, he said that earlier this season. prides himself on it, and sure enough, I just screwed him out of that one. So, but they do have that faster pair to their advantage, Jim. The only problem is he had to tow. So, I mean, it's going to take at least 2 to 3 minutes for him to try to get back out there and then plus be able to burn that faster pair.
Yeah, that's right.
So
Cullison here, side drafting now with Alan Marr coming up here to the to turn one. It's going to be interesting to see. Is he going to send it off on in there? Yep, he's good.
And Jim, you got to be careful when you send that sucker on in there going into any of the corners, but mainly in 1 and 3, because we've seen it numerous times. Drivers will send it going into that corner and overshoot the corner.
Oh yeah,
and they slide up. Well, the problem is if the guy on the outside overshoots it too, I mean, he's right there. Bam, you can easily get right rear hooked up into the outside rotative wall. Well, you got to be careful when you overshoot it in there and not slide up into the other guy.
Well, I tell you what, man, you got to be careful as the guy on the outside. You got to trust the guy that's sending it on you, or you better back out, because that's the last thing you want to do is have that guy send it in there, slide up, and take you out, because they're flying into these corners, man. Look at the speed they're carrying into these corners right here. 160 miles an hour going into the corner. 160 plus, I think. Yeah, let's see. Well, this is in between them, so that's not let's see what they're carrying when they get back down here. Whoa! Marr had a bad blink there. You saw that?
Marr blinked out big time, but he's able to jump back up there. Good Lord.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, right back up there in that mix.
Hadn't he had a problem with the blinking earlier this year, too, it seems like? I may be wrong, but it seems like he did.
Yeah, I think Alan Marr had some issues with the blinking earlier this season. Not 100% on that, but he has had issues before. Some of these drivers we have seen, they've had issues with the blinking as well.
They were running in, it was the 3 or 4 of them were running in a line at Talladega or Daytona, and he started blinking, and they moved him to the back of the line. You remember he was leading the pack. There was 4 of them together. It was him and Bobby Joe and Casanave, I believe, or there was 4 of them running together. And he was the lead truck at the time, and he started blinking, and they quickly shuffled him to the back of their line. You don't remember that?
I do. I very much do. I remember that. Shuffled him all the way to the back.
I can't believe I remembered that. That's the – man, I need to tell my wife about that. I had a memory.
Attaboy, Jim.
That old memory, man. I tell you what, I burned through most of that memory in the 80s, I didn't know I was going to be around this long to use it.
I'm not even going to ask how you burned through that memory.
I killed a lot of brain cells in the 80s, let's just say that. Any way you could kill them, I was killing them.
Oh, good Lord, there's Alan Marr trying to hold on, trying to get around Scott Castanave any way that he can. Castanave down on that inside. Robertson is actually gone. Over
gone.
A second over Cullison. He's loving every bit of this. There you go. There's your gap between him and Dan Cullison. Castanave still battling with Marr for that 3rd spot. Actually, he already slid by him, so now Bobby Joe going to try to give chase. Your pole sitter, Austin Cornpro's now going to try to jump up there in the top 5. As soon as I say that, he set that sucker on the inside. Come, Bobby Joe, he's sleeping just a tick. But Bobby Joe going to get the run on the outside.
No,
oh, baby, this is what we have to heart, Jim, right here, baby. These boys know what they're doing.
Yeah, they do. Did you see where Cornpros had that truck? He had two tires down below the white line there going through that turn. It's, so does Bobby Joe there. So they're really taking it right down to the grass there in three there. And let's see here. No, they're staying up a little bit coming out of 4 there, which is interesting because my recollection, turn 4 was always the turn that I cut the tightest. Of course, there's a reason I'm in the commentary booth and not out there racing. It might be because I suck. Who knows? It could be.
Well, surely not.
No, well, I'm, as far as you know, I do or don't. Who knows? Nobody's seen me race yet.
I say this, boys. Danny Carlson was up there at the 2nd spot. He might have hit the wall just a lap ago. Something happened. Collison is all the way down to the 6th spot now, which granted Castanet, Bobby Joe, Corn Pros, they pitted under that last caution.
Yeah,
Collison, and then they hit or they pitted on the first caution. But something amiss on him. One thing I will say, you were talking about Corn Pros getting down there like straddling that damn white line going through the corners. That will help you turn that truck.
Oh, yeah.
We've already seen guys, they get down there and you snap them loose. We saw B.J. Lane III do it. But if you get down there, you've got to be able to make sure that you keep that back end up under you. That way you don't get straight up loose and
you definitely
turn it left or whatever. But you can't get it turned down there.
You definitely don't want to get up on that curve. For sure. You definitely don't want to get in the grass, which is what BJ did. BJ crossed over and got a tire on the grass, and that was all she wrote. You can't lose that tire in the grass at 160 something miles an hour like that. Whoa, look at Barr had that thing. He was Japanese Tokyo drifting there, man. Oh, he did it again coming off that turn. He is loose. Man after my own heart.
Mercy.
Man after my own heart. Slinging that rear end around out there.
You want some Tokyo drift? I got you some Tokyo drift.
Copyright. We just lost everything.
Sorry about that. Sorry. I saw it on the Heart Talk Motorsports soundboard. Sorry, folks.
No,
oh, Lord.
I think I'm pretty sure those are okay. I think we're all right. I think you got to go over like 12 seconds or something to break the.
It didn't go that far. It didn't. It wasn't by a long shot, obviously. But hey, you said the Tokyo drift. You said the sliding, baby. You want Tokyo drift?
Man.
We got you Tokyo drift.
He was Tokyo drifting it for sure. Speaking of, we talked about Lohmeyer earlier. He was going to show us something this week. I am ready to see what he's going to bring here at the end of this race. I really am excited. He was pretty positive that he was going to have something for him this week. So I am ready to see it. He just sent it right down to the boy. Where is Cullison going up there? Hold on. Oh no, he got the wall again. He's losing his tires, I think, man, already.
Yeah, I believe Dan Cullison.
You can just miss the line here, man. It don't take much. This is a place that, man, if you just miss the line a little bit, it's hard to stop it from hitting the wall. That's why this place requires that insane level of concentration. At higher banked ovals, you can kind of get away with missing the line a little bit. You know what I mean? And it's okay. By the way, Castanet has decided that Robertson ain't running away with nothing. How did he catch him so fast?
Fresh tires, baby. He pitted on 13. Robertson pitted on 7. So there you go. I believe that would be the deciding factor is those fresh tires because, Jim, we were talking about that with these tires and that tire model and everything else. Castanet with the freshies on it, able to send it and get right by Robertson. And don't look down, Bobby Joe back there as well, maybe or Bobby Joe may be catching up, trying to go for second as well.
Yeah, I think that's very possible. He's coming. By the way, I wanted to talk about that. Okay, so somebody told us about the tire model the other night. We didn't have any facts on that really. It was just kind of told to us by some drivers, or told to you actually, and you passed it on to me. So I watched iRacing's thing they released today, about a 15-minute video on everything that they did on this update, right? Like in depth what they did. And they did not change the tires on the trucks. What they did was they remodeled the aerodynamics on the truck to be more accurate, especially on the front end. So they reworked the aero on the trucks, which is what's making them handle slightly different. Okay. And that's why it's affecting the trucks specifically, is because they said that they reworked the aero on the trucks, specifically the front end. So, I just saw that literally when I was eating dinner before I came up here to do this broadcast, so an hour or so ago, whatever.
Well, that aerodynamic, I mean, it changes the game.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Sunday, because, Jim, I remember racing these, a good 5 years ago. a good 5 years ago racing these trucks. You could get these trucks at certain tracks, and you would literally be wide open for the most part for so many different tracks.
Right.
The trucks still have that effect to a certain extent, like in
But
Las
not,
Vegas or
yeah.
Michigan or something like that. But now, no. Now, it used to be the damn trucks never had any fall off on the tires. That's how it used to be. The Xfinity cars was the ones that always had the fall off. The
Right.
trucks never did.
Right.
Trucks was always just foot to the floor and, throw everything out your back door. That's pretty much how they used to be. Not anymore. Now, since they threw this new aero model, like you're talking about, I heard it was tires, but aero model will certainly affect those tires as well.
Oh,
As
yeah.
there's your sneaky draft. That's what I was talking about. Robertson down to the bottom. Bobby Joe trying to jump down, get the draft, and maybe looking to the outside of Ronald Robertson. May pull off some corn pros with him. Robertson sends it in good enough. Bobby Joe going to have to figure something else out. Robertson not wanting to give up that second spot.
That's pretty funny. Yep, there's your old snaky draft right there. Got a nice little group back here hustling too. The little 4-pack here with Cullison has done slid back to these guys. And now you got Rusty here making a move on him right here, getting a good draft off of him and just send it down there. I tell you what, I don't think Cullison can hold the truck on the bottom. It doesn't seem like it anyway. Either he's not comfortable down there or that truck ain't comfortable because, look, he got it down pretty good there. Decent anyway. Could be technique too. Who knows? But he was running. He was so fast earlier.
He very much was.
So
Cullison was. He was up there in position.
So that would indicate to me that it's not a technique situation. The truck is kind of, I think, went away from him a little bit. Well, of course, his tires are. We're at lap 31. His tires are 24 laps old at this point. So. Those guys are, you know what? I didn't think about that. Those guys ain't far from pit stops. Those guys that pitted on lap 7.
Yeah, they ain't too far from it. With some of those caution laps, you might be able to save you just a little bit under caution.
Yeah, but
certainly
we have?
they're
three caution laps after they pitted?
Yeah.
Cause you had the next cycle where everybody, the ones that pitted on 13, and those guys stayed out. So what? Maybe that was 3 caution laps. So what does that maybe buy you 1 lap? Maybe?
If that. I've always went by the point of it, especially with these big tracks. Like Daytona, Talladega, Indy. The big 2.5 mile racetracks. If you go 3 laps under caution and you're saving, odds are you might have bought yourself maybe about a lap and a half. I always split it right down the middle. If you only went 2 laps under caution, you bought yourself a lap. I've always looked at it like however many laps you done, that's how much that you basically saved. That's you're right. Right there about a lap and a half, that's about the extra that you got out of the whole deal. And what's going to be interesting is what is Cassidy and Cornprost and Bobby Joe, all these guys that pitted on lap 13, are they going to go in at lap 7 or when Robertson and all them went in?
Well, I think
how are they going to do it?
I think you almost have to, because we know what happens when you're out there on old tires and the other guys come out on fresh tires. And especially with this crew, and they've spread out a little bit now. I think the likelihood, although they are still racing pretty side by side, a lot of them. I think the likelihood is that this thing could go green to the end. It's possible. With this group of guys, it is absolutely possible. So I think you got to come when they come, but it's halfway. So we're over halfway. So at what point can they make it all the way to the end? 30 laps. So they should be able to go on fuel from here, right? Okay, then yes. I say absolutely.
From this point, yes.
So if you're one of the guys that pitted on lap 13 and these guys that pitted on 7 start coming, I say you got to pit as well. because you can make it to the end, so you don't want to be on older tires when they're on fresh tires. That would be, again, my strategy selection here. By the way, Scott Casanave is like a freaking whole corner ahead at this point. Look at this, would you?
He's gone.
Let's see if I can get a blimp view. I want to see how far out. Well, there you go. That shows you how far he is right there.
Telling you what.
Look at this, would you? Look how far ahead he is. Let's go back. Yeah, I know. Look, I'm going to go back to Corn Pros. Look. That's. Whew. And then the thing is, Corn Prost, look how far out ahead he is of Bobby Joe and this crew.
Well, you got to think, I mean, you know, and not try to say anything wrong or nothing, but Robertson kind of held him up a little bit.
Oh,
you know, remember, Robertson was on the older tires, and those front three, Casadave, Corn Prost, and Bobby Joe, were on, you know, they pitted on lap 13. So the fresh tires is like, obviously the cream rising to the top as far as the tire wear model, or, you know, how everybody's tire wear is and tires and everything. So that's why, you know, you're seeing that. And it's like I said, Robertson kind of held up Corn Prost and Bobby Joe and all of them, you know, for a good bit, which is why
they were battling.
you ended up saying that.
They were battling back and forth, trading spots, running side by side. And, you know, that side by side stuff will slow you down quick around a track like this. You start getting that side draft, and it's like throwing on an air brake, you know.
Boy, Scott Casadave got over a 2-second lead. Corn Prost actually kind of reeled him in right there. Got about a 10th off that last lap. Bobby Joe trying to hold everybody at bay. Robertson trying to dive down with Lohmeyer. There's Corn Prost sitting in second, and he's actually knocked off another 10th. So Corn Prost, watch out for him right here. We'll see what happens. A couple of drivers did make pit stops. Steve Harrison went down pit road, as well as William Martin. They went down this time. There you see them coming down pit road for what will be, unless something happens at the end of it, I would say this is the money stop for those guys.
Yeah, I agree. And we'll see. They're pitting a little early. We'll see how that pays off for those guys. They can make it from here. We'll see if they make some time up on these early laps, because you can look and see that these guys are over 2 seconds off of their best laps now. That's 2 seconds a lap slower than fresh tires. That's a lot.
Absolutely a good bit. And Corn Prost already ate into another 10th off Casadave. Corn Prost has got the truck right here. I mean, he knocked off a 10th faster that last lap out there, hitting 54.7s. Casadave's is 54.8. So,
let's look at the
Corn
last
Prost
5
rolling.
laps.
Let's see.
It's the last 5 laps. Corn Prost is the fastest guy on track. Not by a bunch, but certainly a little bit. 600th over the last 5 laps. Those two are the only guys that are averaging in the 54s still over the last 5 laps. Let's look at the last lap.
Oh, we got Petters.
Oh, we sure do. We sure do.
Robertson coming down with Alan Marr. And remember, these were those guys that pitted on that lap 7.
Yep. So
during that very first caution. So.
I got a feeling that if people are paying attention to the tire difference here and what happened last week with the tires and everything, I think you're going to see that Cullison just pitted. Look, he's coming off pit road. He's going to try it again. He's going to try that strategy again. Go get him, Dan. Yeah, I think I think you'll see these guys come in pretty soon. I mean, you can't give up 2 seconds a lap. Here they come. Yep. Yeah. I mean, you can't give up 2 seconds a lap, man. You can't do it.
Damn, you called it down to the T. Casadave goes in. Corn Prost goes in. Bobby Joe, Lohmeyer, Rusty Robinson, all them going in. Ron Perone said, screw y'all. I'm staying out. Leave me alone. And he has gullied him a lap. I believe he actually, yes, he did. Mm-hmm. He beat Casadave to the line. Yep. So Ryan Perone getting that extra bonus point for leading the lap. Ryan
Yeah.
Perron gets him 1 lap. There it is. He led 1 lap, and I would assume, just guessing, but I'd assume he's coming down pit road. Look at the difference right there.
There you
With
go.
Perron there, with Harrison just sliding right by him.
Blew by him.
Harrison pitted on 37. Perron pitted on 14. That's just how fast that these guys are clicking them off.
Yeah, look, man. That right there is a prime example. There you go. Look how fast he went by him, and he is gone. Does he have Raising Cane's on the front of that truck? I got to know now. Let's see. Oh, yeah, he does. Okay. Raising Cane's, baby. Hey, they're from Baton Rouge. That's some LSU boys started Raising Cane's. So, hope that doesn't stop you from eating there. True story, though. Yeah, that's the LSU boys started Raising Cane's. They sure did. Started in Baton Rouge.
I love me some jambalaya. I can't turn down some jambalaya. I'm gonna have to make me some jambalaya here very, very soon.
My son's home from college, and I asked him what he wanted. Home cooking style. Since he just got home, and his 2 requests was he wanted red beans and rice. That's a big New Orleans dish, that I cook. He likes that. And what else did he ask me for? But I almost suggested jambalaya because I had the makings for it. But I'm going to make him some red beans and rice and, this Italian lasagna thing I make. But, yeah, he wanted some of them red beans and rice from Louisiana, man. And funny thing is when, he's my stepson, so when I came along, he was about 10, man. He couldn't stand anything that had a hint of spice to it. Real quick here, we do have to take note that after this pit stop cycle, Castanet took 2 seconds longer to get on and off pit road, and now Kornprost is ahead of him. And he was leading.
Ooh.
Yeah, and he was leading. And if you go over and look, of course, we can see that. Here, let me see if I can do that. Let me put the tower up all night anyway. Let's put the tower up here. Let me see if I can. Let's see. I'm kind of slow on this, but I believe maybe not. I thought I could show pit time, but I know where I can show it. Right here. So if we look at Kornprost pit time, well, actually in the box pit time, they were very similar. 14.4 and 14.8. But on and off, including, going down pit road at the speed limit and everything, Scott was 2 seconds slower second and a half slower than Austin. And now Austin's got the lead. That just goes to show you how important every aspect of a pit stop is. It's not just about how fast you get in and out of your box, but how fast you get to the line, how close to the speed limit you stay. All that matters, man. It really does. We got 22 laps to go, baby. I just realized that. We down to 22 to go.
Clicking them off now, boys. Sunday, and Castanet's not going to have to figure out something getting around Austin Kornprost. Mind you, Scott Castanet, with the wins that he has had this season, it has been unbelievable. Boy, literally, he is on one hell of a tear.
Snaky drafting. Look at that.
With you there, you see it. Kornprost trying to jump down, trying to break that draft, like we were talking about. Snaky. Oh, baby, he's trying it.
I tell you what, I like his line, man. The only thing I don't like about his line is he goes below the yellow line early. See there, white line. And I like it just a little bit later than that. If you take a little bit later apex than that, you straighten out the gap between turn, which is the reason I know this is because I don't like my truck pushing up there. So, like here, you see he took a later line there. You see how you can get off the corner so much better when you do that. I love that line right there that he just took.
Beautiful deal out of that. One thing I do want to mention is that Scott Castanet would love to try to get this win right here, but think about it. If he gets the win, he's already on a damn winning streak.
Oh, yeah.
As it is, if you think about it.
Did we determine if he had won, it was 3 in a row or 2 in a row? Did we ever determine that? Remember,
Well, I
he
think
said he thought it was 3, but we knew it was 2
it
for
is
sure. It was 3.
3 in a row.
Okay.
Yeah, he won back at Las Vegas. He won back in week 5. Then he won at Talladega in week 6, and then flipped around and won it last week at Chicagoland for week 7. So I just went and looked back at the history here with the Heart to Heart Motorsports Truck Series this season. So he's going for 4 wins in a row. Well, here's the thing, Jim. Everybody else is trying to catch him in the points. Here's the problem. He keeps winning. Nobody can catch him. That's the thing. He just keeps on winning races. You know, I mean, yeah. You're not catching him. Not. You ain't got a chance in hell at catching him if he just keeps winning races. So, yeah, is what it is.
I mean, the guy is tough, man. And you know, what I like about it is he doesn't act like he's faster than anybody else. He just says he puts in the work, man. He just puts in the work. You know, and you know, he does the laps, man. And you know, not everybody has that luxury. You know, guys like you know, I know you work your butt off, and even when you were sim racing regular, you didn't have time to spend in there putting in 100 laps or anything like that. You know, practicing, but man, you know, he's putting the work in, and he's fast. And I will tell you what, the dude is a heck of a paint scheme designer. He did me one of them Grinch paint schemes from a Toyota, and so then I sent him a abominable snowman from Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer to maybe get him to whip me up a Rudolph paint scheme. Love them Christmas paint schemes, you know. Plus he seems to enjoy doing it. He takes pride in them. I tell you that, man. He does a good job, and he's proud of them. Like this Jack Frost, if you look at it, man, this is a really cool paint scheme. He's got I don't remember what Jack Frost's nemesis was, the little fire guy. You know what I'm talking about? I don't remember him. But he's got the little fire guy on one side, and he's got the Jack Frost guy on the other side. Look, see him there? You remember the little fire guy?
I mean, when I hear Jack Frost, I'm thinking of Michael Keaton.
No, not that one.
Honestly, I mean, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking Michael Keaton, obviously, with you know, obviously with the Jack Frost with the snowman.
Yeah, no, not that one. This is Jack Frost, the cartoon Jack Frost, the kids version.
I can't remember that guy's name, but I'll tell you this much. He looks like he can scare the hell out of me.
There he is. So, hey, it ain't going to be long, and you're going to know every cartoon character in the world. You're going to be watching all these Christmas movies year in and year out, 10 times a year. It's all coming, baby. All part of the joys of having a baby. And you're going to enjoy every minute of it. You're going to sit there and soak up Rudolph every year.
I'll tell you what. Everybody out there in the live chat, let us know what your favorite Christmas movie is. If you have a favorite Christmas movie. And I'll go ahead and tell you. I mean, Jack Frost obviously was, you know, a favorite of mine as we see Ronald Robertson go after Bobby Joe. This is for the podium spot. And remember, Bobby Joe on a lot fresher tires than Ronald Robertson is. But you know, Jack Frost, meaning that a minute ago with Michael Keaton, you know, was a big favorite of mine. My aunt loved that movie. Sadly, a couple of years ago, she passed away. So I'm wanting to watch that with my son and pass that down. But if I had to pick, honestly, if I had to pick the best Christmas movie, you can't do wrong with Chevy Chase. I mean, hell, I knew you
were going to say that, man. I tell you what, I dressed up as what's his name?
Didn't.
Oh yeah, no, I did.
Didn't.
Oh yeah, Shitter's Full. I did it. Absolutely, I did it. Oh, I got. I'll send you a picture at some point. I got a picture. Me and my wife, we did. We dressed up like cousin Eddie. You know, when he was pumping out his septic tank there in Christmas Vacation. Yes, I did. I dressed up like Shitter's Full and went to a Halloween party one year. I did it. There you go.
I'm gonna regret asking this, but when you dressed up like it, did you have the did you
Hose.
have the pipe with
Oh
you?
yeah,
Yeah, did you have the pipe with
yeah,
you?
yes. I went to Home Depot or Lowe's and bought me one of them flexible septic pipes or whatever, where you can stretch them out, you know. And oh yeah, I had it. Big old 6-inch septic pipe I was carrying around with it. Tell you what, I did. I might even, you know what? I might even show that picture on the broadcast next week.
Oh Lord!
Oh yeah.
Please tell me you weren't dressed up like that while you were going to that party. Was you dressed up like that, or did you dress
No,
up
I
like
dressed
that?
up like that. No, on the way to the party. Yeah, I think I even got out. I smoked back then. I think I got out and went and got a pack of cigarettes, dressed up like that. I had
Well,
the
I was
hat on
thinking
and
if you
everything. You
got
know the
the
hat
cops,
with
how that would have
the
turned out.
fuzzy ears. You know the fuzzy ears cap.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I had all
Oh
that.
yeah.
I had it all. I'm gonna post that picture.
Oh Lord. We've already went off the rails
Oh,
already. If it ain't
yeah,
already
absolutely.
enough, yeah, always off. Yeah, but what? Hey, I started it one way or another. You know what? Screw it. Scott Cassidy, he started it. He's got the Christmas paint scheme. We'll go ahead and we'll blame it on him. There you see it right there with
I tell you
Jack
what,
Frost and
he
whoever that fiery guy is on
he,
the other side.
yeah, the fiery dude, right? I don't know either. That's the sad part. Scott got to his tail a minute ago and couldn't do nothing with him while we were talking there. He got right up on him, but he couldn't get by him. And maybe Austin. This might be Austin's day, man. I tell you, I'm waiting to see Lohmeyer turn it loose here. I don't know that he's got it hooked up right now, man. There ain't no time to save now with 13 laps to go.
Yeah, he's gonna have to open it up right here and
Yeah.
try to figure something out one way or another if he wants to get up here and try to win this thing. Go for like we talked about, 4 in a row could happen for Scott Cassidy.
Well,
There's Andrew Lohmeyer.
Well, Lohmeyer had a horrible pit stop. I'm looking here. He was on pit lane for a minute 4 seconds. He was 10 seconds slower. Well, he was even more than that. He was almost 13 seconds slower than the leaders. That'll kill you, man. You can't. 13 seconds under green flag conditions is brutal. And if you look at it right now, how far is he behind the leaders? He's 22 seconds behind the lead right now. Imagine if he had the 13 seconds back. He'd be right up here in the mix for 3rd, 4th place. That's killer there, man. I don't know what happened, but that was brutal.
Wow.
Yeah. No, I mean,
Unfortunate.
That'll kill you, man. I mean, green flag pit stops, you got to be – and you know what? I'm going to get my little rant for the race, too. People don't practice green flag pit stops enough. You know, we out there practicing. We just pull over to the side, hit the tow button, pop back into the pits, we make an adjustment or whatever, go back out. People don't practice enough green flag pit stops, man. You got to practice them. Where do you get into this Tuesday thing that we've been talking about? We'll reveal more of it to the fans a little later, but we got a Tuesday night league we covering, and and Jake's going to be in there, and I think, and if these guys they do green flag pit stops with no speed limit. They come down pit road on green flag stops at over 100 miles an hour. It is awesome. It's like old school NASCAR. I love it.
Yeah, I was going to ask, but you talked about the people not practicing pits as we're coming to 10 to kill Corporos leading Cassidy, but you seem like you went on a rant. Do we have beef? Yeah.
No.
Is there beef?
No, because I'm guilty of it too. So I got no beef. It's just a fact that you don't. I mean, you think about it, man. When you were racing, regular, we just don't. We don't practice them enough, and it bites you in races like this, even in road racing, man. If you don't practice it, getting that speed right to hit that line at the right speed where you don't get a speeding penalty and where you also don't you come in too slow and lose time, right? Those seconds are so important. And we'll get out there and we'll battle for hours trying to practice and gain a 10th on the track, but we don't practice a pit stop that we could lose 13 seconds on. I'm not saying that's what happened to him, but I'm just saying, how quickly you can lose 2 or 3 seconds on a pit stop. And, we're all worried about gaining a 10th out here running laps on the track,
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I agree 100%. And I never really practiced pitting either. screwed me 9 ways Sunday a couple times at certain tracks. So I mean, that is a very vital piece of information that you need to know what you're doing because it could maximize the potential for a fantastic finish on your
Well,
part.
let's
Could it?
just
Yeah.
assume right here that the difference is that Corn Prost got a second and a half faster penalty, right? I mean, a faster pit stop. Okay, let's just say that he practiced his pit stops and that's why that happened. Look right here at the situation he's in because he had a second and a half faster pit stop. He took the lead over a guy who had the lead of the race, and he is in a spot to defend that position now and win this race. Now, he certainly has the fastest guy in the league on his tail, but that's another story. But, you know, if he pulls off a win here, you can absolutely say he won this race because of that pit stop. It put him ahead, and he was able to hold it if it works out that way.
Yeah,
Georgia
very
Bulldogs,
much could.
Georgia Bulldogs getting a little lap there. I wonder if he's bounced it off the wall or something somewhere along the way.
Yeah, William Martin not having the night that he was wanting, and the number 2 already flip-flopped back to the 13th spot as Cassidy has actually slid back a little bit right here from what we were seeing. He has slid back.
Well, I think he's cooling his tires back down to make one more run at him. That's what I think. He pushed up there again. You know, your tires get hot, they get a little slick. So if he settles back just a little bit, he can use that draft, but he can cool them tires off a little bit, and not push it quite as hard through the turns right now. Get them tires cooled off just a little bit. Did he just hit the wall? I swear I thought he just scuffed the wall. I'm going to do something I shouldn't do, but I'm going to do it anyway. Oh, I might have missed it. No, anyway, let me go back to live here. I think he's cooling his tires off, though. I'm going to make one more run at him. But I tell you what, I don't see a position changing here. You know, I don't know that Rusty is going to catch Ronald Robinson. I don't know that Mar's going to catch Rusty. He might, but they're all kind of just
seems like stalemated, more or less. I mean, everybody's just kind of stalemated, more or less.
They're all right on the same tires, you know, basically, and they've all worn equally. So short of somebody making a mistake, missing their line a little bit, sliding up the track, something, I don't know that there's a whole lot going to change. You know, you got Ron Robinson closing in on BJ, but still a half a second in 6 laps, and he's got to get by him. You know, I don't know. We'll see. Like you said,
one thing is for certain, Jim. Jim. One thing is for certain. Odds are, unless the caution comes out, first and second is going to be Corn Prost or Cassidy.
Oh yeah.
The gap is unbelievable.
Yeah, no, it's
18 seconds. Yeah, it's 17, 18 seconds. Yeah, they are gone.
Yeah. And I tell you what, Corn Prost is pulling away from Scott right now. If he is cooling his tires, which at this point I would say he's not. Because he would be making a move back up there. This is the time to make the move. And he's dropping further back. So I'm beginning to think that that's not the case. I begin to think he doesn't have anything. Oh, and I tell you what, Austin just caught a nice break here. He's getting a free tow right down the straightaway, too. Look at this, would you? Watch. That opened his gap up, too. Look at that. Took him to over a second because he caught that tow at the right time going down the straightaway. You know, we always talk about catching lap traffic and it screwing you. Well, that's when it didn't right there. He caught that lap. And then Scott caught him in the turn. Look.
Yeah, Harrison smacked the wall there coming off a 3 and just almost cleaned out Corn Prost right there. That could have been detrimental for the 95 right there.
Yeah, but I tell you, he was trying to get out of the way, clearly. And the thing is, you get off that racing line just a little bit here as fast as you go, and there you go, bam, right into the wall, you know. So, I don't think there's much going to happen up here. I don't. I really want to jump back here and see if this is going to happen right here. Because I think he could. This is where the action's at right now. We got these 3 here lined up.
Literally, there is a possibility
four
for
of them,
Positions to change hands. Non-waste Sunday. Rusty
Right here.
Robinson going
Rusty's.
after Ronald Robertson. The double R is going at it. Robinson tried to jump down the bottom. Robinson up top. It's Ronald and Rusty. You done this to me. Rusty up on the top side trying to make it happen. Trying to get the run. But Ronald, the 5 and the 8 mixing it up. But Ronald jumped down. Robertson jumped down and blocked him all the way down to the white line. And, nothing out of the way. But this may end up opening the door. Rusty trying to make it happen, and Alan Moore right behind him as well. 3 laps to go, and the battle for fourth is on. And Bobby Joe about a second up the road. If he slips, we may be battling for a podium spot right here.
Yeah. No, this is getting serious right here. And if I think what it's going to do, though, it's going to let Bobby Joe pull away and lock up that third place thing. But because these guys right here, they're going tooth and nail at each other, and that's just Bobby Joe's just walking away from them at this point. But this is a heck of a battle for fourth here. Obviously, we'll get back to the leaders when they get close to the final lap here. But at this point there's absolutely nothing happening up there. That gap's opened up to almost over a second and a half. So this is clearly the action right now on the track.
2 laps to go. Corn Pros already took that all the way to 2 to go, and these other guys just trying to make it happen. Mara got around Robinson, going after Robertson, and Robertson kind of trying to hold down that 4th spot.
I don't think Rusty's
and Mara
giving up just yet.
Rusty's no, Rusty can get up son. He wants to get him a couple of more. Matter of fact, Rusty Robinson is the biggest mover in the race, up 4 spots.
Yeah,
and would love to make it 5, maybe even make it 6 if he can get around that 8. So there you go, 4th, 5th, and 6th, all of them. Prime time positions right here, and points on the line as well, Jim, as Corn Post has hit the white flag lap.
Yeah, we're going to jump up there with him in just a minute and give him his due because he deserves it for sure. I just hate to cut away from this battle. By the way, it won't be long and we'll have a little picture-in-picture action and be able to show you this battle and still show you the leader like we should be. So that's coming. That's going to be some of the newer stuff that we're bringing to the channel as well. God, I hate to cut away from this. Look at this. That's why I hate to cut away right there. Rusty just took it in. Is he going to hold it? Oh, my God. That was a heck of a pass, but he ain't going to make it stick. He sent it in there too hard. He washed up the track. Golly, I got to go to Austin. No, I got to go to.
Come on, Robinson still battling it out. We'll flip-flop back there and let you know how it ends up. But Austin Cornfrost off of turn 4, Cassidy can only see the winner's streak disappear. The 95, a.k.a. Austin Cornfrost, he gets the win at Indy. Scott Cassidy will get second. Bobby Joe, odds are he's going to get third. But check this out. Rusty Robinson, check him out. High side and handsome, high wide handsome, mind you. And Mark maybe trying to make a last lap shot at him. Robertson looks like he's going to come over fourth. And Mark's going to barely beat Rusty Robinson back to the line.
Did he beat
just
him?
By inches. Damn.
Oh, my gosh.
Got him by 100th of a second.
Holy cow.
Wow, a photo finish to get a top 5 out of it. Alan Moore coming home with it. Rusty, I have to settle for 6th.
Oh, my goodness.
Wow.
Oh,
Told you, folks, it's like Jim said, we wanted to make sure we come back and watch the finish of that. Damn if it wasn't worth it.
Yeah, I tell you what, that's where that picture-in-picture is going to be so wonderful because I could have put the small picture on the leader. There was nothing, he deserved to be seen crossing and winning the race. But you just hate to get away from a battle like that, man. In fact, you know what I'm going to do? Just because I am going to go back and we are going to watch that last.
Those Corn Pros.
We're gonna watch that whole last thing with those 3 guys right there. Let's see. We're gonna stick with Alan Marr here, and I think. What do you think we? Let's see. Maybe we'll go with that roof shot. That way we can see it coming here. Just twist over here a little bit. All right. There comes Rusty.
Rusty had that outside lane working.
But he's got
Now I'm
also he's
wasting
got a draft
Sunday.
off of he's got a draft off
Robertson.
Robinson up there too. Yeah, it's hard to believe from here. Let me jump out of this real quick. Oh, there we go. Let me speed this thing up. I got it going half speed. There we go. Get back on this roof cam here as he's coming. Well, he had a heck of a run here, didn't he?
Hell of a run right here. But I think Rusty was full of sand right here trying to make it stick. And the damn thing just didn't stick. He gets up under the wall. Moore able to jump down, catches the draft, and Rusty knew he was in bad shape once he hit the wall.
Yeah,
Moore had it, went down. Look how tight this is right here at the line. Alan Moore in a damn near photo finish by a bumper. If that.
That is crazy, man. Good stuff. Gee whiz, I love this league, man. I tell you what, I love this. These guys, man, they sure do race over here every week. Every week it's good finishes, man. We ain't had a boring finish yet.
Damn sure haven't. I'm telling you. I mean, the Heart-to-Heart Motorsports Truck Series guys, they know how to get it done. AK, Lightning McQueen, Austin Corpros in 95. He comes home with a P1 here tonight, breaking the win streak of the 03 of Scott Cassidy. Becomes home second. He was going for 4 in a row, not able to make it happen. Corpros wins. Cassidy gets second. And Bobby Lane Jr. comes home with third. We'll talk to those drivers here in just a little bit. Mind you, Corpros started on the pole. Cassidy started on the outside of the front row. That is exactly where they finished, exactly where they started at. Ron Robertson comes home with fourth with Alan Marr in that photo finish with Rusty Robinson. He gets fifth with Robinson in sixth. Dan Cullison will finish in the seventh spot with Andrew Lohmeyer, who, according to you, Jim, was talking, he felt some confidence out of it, but unfortunately he comes home with eighth here this evening with Benny Jones and Ryan Perone rounding out the top 10. Bud Light Mike, Steve Harrison, William Martin, James Borden, and B.J. Lane III, the 15 drivers here tonight at Indy.
So one thing I want to say that Lohmeyer wasn't, and I don't want to make it like he was talking smack or anything. It wasn't that.
Right.
He was just simply saying that he realized he can't be conservative, that he needs to throw caution to the wind and push out there, So I just wanted to clear that up so it didn't sound like he was talking smack. It was just he realized, look, man, I can't be conservative. If I'm going to score some points and do something in this league, I've got to gamble, So that's all it was. I just wanted to clarify that. But, let's take us a commercial break here, and we'll come back and get those three winners in here, or the top three in here, and take it from there.
Yeah, let's do it, folks. We'll be right back here at Indy.
Hi, I'm Aaron Lane from Bass Tire.
Hi, I'm Steve Bass. We're here at the legendary Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway. Good tires and brakes are important on this race car, and so are the tires and brakes on your vehicle.
For the very best in tires, brakes, and auto service, come make a pit stop at Bass Tire.
Serving Nashville for over 35 years.
On Nolensville Road, next to the zoo.
From custom millwork to hands-on training to the best products in the industry, T.W. Perry, Builder's First Source, helps you do more. Each of our locations includes showrooms featuring windows and doors, decking and railing products, and a wide range of materials designed to inspire your next project. From concept to completion, you have a chance to see, touch, and compare the products that bring your vision to life. T.W. Perry, Builder's First Source, building better together.
Well, there we go.
And we're back here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway, Heart Motorsports Truck Series in the books. And the winner, the 95 AK Lightning McQueen Austin Cornprob's coming home with it. Here tonight, breaking the win streak of Scott Cassidy of Austin. Buddy, congratulations on the win. Tell us about your race. I mean, you started up front, you finished up front. Sounds like a pretty good night.
Yeah, beginning the race, I kind of got loose and let some guys go, and yeah, tried to reel them back in. But that last pit stop there, I knew my only hope was to beat Scott off pit lane, and it worked out for me, thank God.
So what was the secret there? Because you ended up having y'all in the box time, y'all were pretty close, but you beat him off pit. You beat him total time on pit road by a second and a half, which is what put you ahead. Because you weren't ahead when you went into the pits. So, what was your secret there? Is it just good timing, getting in, keeping your speed up as best you could, or what was the trick there?
Yeah, getting off, just dump the clutch and let it eat,
That's what I'm talking about.
That's my only hope.
Yeah. No, I mean, look, I went on a rant because of that about practicing pit stops and how important that can be, and people don't do that enough. They don't practice green flag pit stops enough, because right there, I'm not saying your truck wasn't fast because it clearly was all night, but getting ahead of him and being able to hold him off as opposed to letting him be ahead of you and you trying to pass him, could have been the difference in this race, and that came on the pit stop, and so I pointed that out. So yeah, congratulations on that. Great win, man. Great win.
And I knew if he got too close to my rear, these trucks, especially on this track, man, they push like crazy once you get close to somebody in the corner. So that played a factor too.
So remind me, before we finish this whole thing with everybody, y'all remind me. I want to ask all of you a question at the end of this. Just don't let us end this before we do that. But anyway, we'll Austin, again, congratulations, buddy. I have no idea where we're going next week. That's Jake's job. Where we're going next week, Jake?
We are going to be Dover, yes.
Yeah.
The Monster Mile. Right. That's going to be a good one. Austin Cornpro's going to try to get him a little win streak rolling if he can. Going to Dover next week, try to go for 2 in a row. Austin, buddy, congratulations on the win. Appreciate your time as always. Thank your sponsors and any shout-outs.
Yep, C&L Car Fits, T.W. Perry, Bass Tire, Allen Tillery, Buchanan Resort. Anybody helps the league. It's like every week, man. We appreciate it.
All right, buddy.
Austin Cornpros with the win here tonight at Indy. Trying to go for 2 in a row at the Monster Mile, buddy. We'll see you there. Congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
That was Austin Cornpros for the win here tonight. We'll go to the second place finisher, Scott Cassidy. Damn, Scott. Wow. Second and a half, baby. You had a shot to go for the 4 in a row. You wasn't able to make it happen tonight. What more did you need to be able to get this win here tonight at Indy? And I mean, what more did you need?
I needed to beat him out of the pits.
Self-explanatory.
I felt like I was a little faster getting around the track, but if you got real close, your car just got tight and started pushing up towards the wall, and that's why I wasn't following him around. I was just going to keep my distance. I was good with second. I'm going to be consistent. Led a lap. I don't know who got the most laps. I think he got the fastest lap, but I'm good with it. Right. That was a good run.
Did he get the fastest lap? Let's see real quick. I think I have.
I got it at one point, and then he got the fastest lap. I don't know who got the most laps.
No, it looks like the fastest lap of the night was Bobby Joe. 53.28. And is that right? Yeah, that's it, apparently, unless that was during – no, that wasn't. I think that's right.
That's Bobby Joe.
Yeah. No, that was Bobby Joe. But anyway, so I've lost my train of thought there.
You couldn't get close to a car.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
If you dropped him down the straight and then you hit turn 1 there was no way you could hang on to it. You'd have to really slow down, and you're going to lose time.
Were you dragging your brake going into 1? Were y'all having to drag?
I
your
was
brake?
in 1 and a little bit in 3.
Okay, just enough to
just
get that front
bit.
end planted and get it to turn a little bit.
That's right.
Yeah, about 10% or something like that.
Yeah, something like that. It was very little in turn 3. Turn 1, I was on it a little bit harder, but I was driving it in pretty deep, probably deeper than a lot of guys, I would say.
Okay. Well,
I would drive it in and smash on it pretty good to set the truck, and take off from there.
Well, I mean, taking second and being happy with that in the position that you're in, that's smart racing. If you push it and you wreck,
yes, sir.
That would be dumb. If you'd had to do something stupid to try to pass him, you're better off taking second. Now, if you had a legitimate shot, sure, you get up there and try it. But, I think that's smart racing, and a lot of people could learn to do a little more smart racing, including the guy that's talking to you right now. I need a little of that myself.
Yeah, you got it. That's right. You got to be a little patient. Like I said, the beginning, that pit stop when we came out, I probably could have done it, but I couldn't get real close to him and drive the truck like I wanted to. So the best thing to do was just stay a truck or 2 back and just ride it out.
Yeah.
If he messed up, I would have probably took advantage of that, but he never did. He's a good racer, and he's very fast.
Very.
But we're both very respectful racers, and I wouldn't want to jeopardize him or me. And the best thing to do is just be a little patient.
I just don't want his luck. He doesn't have the best luck. Sometimes luck bites him.
Well, maybe it's because he flew through the pit lane that first
well, that
race
was
there.
no, but he's had other bad luck too, though. I mean, he's had some incidents that were no fault of his own that messed his race up for sure. I haven't lost sight of that. We'll see if his luck gets going good. He might give you a run there towards the end of the season. He just had a couple of bad finishes that weren't necessarily his fault too. So, but again, congratulations, buddy.
Thank you.
Go ahead and
very much.
Like I said, we just about we could just about tape record and play the sponsors because everybody thanks the same 7 or 8 guys.
Yeah, that's right. We just want to thank the same ones.
Everybody has the love going on. I do want to point out after. I'll do that later. Anyway, go ahead, Jake. I'm sorry, I get sidetracked sometimes.
Yeah, absolutely. Scott Cassidy comes home with a P2. Nothing wrong with it here tonight, Scott, buddy. Congratulations on the finish. Appreciate your time. We will see you at Dover next Sunday night.
Thank you, and just got a shout out. We need you next season.
That's gonna be a
that's who I want to damn thank right now is Jake. We got to get him in here next season. And Jim, we love you guys. So.
Oh man, I'm working on him. Look, he'll tell you I'm beating on him every week about it.
Well, every time I get in here and get an interview, I'm going to shout it out.
Well, that'll be pretty much every week because I don't know that you missed one yet. But that's good though. We need that. He needs to know he's wanted. That's he's loved.
He is wanted.
I wouldn't want to hug him, but besides that, he's loved.
Well, I'll give him a big old man hug. I ain't scared of it.
Oh, all right.
But thank you guys. Appreciate it. Thank y'all.
Oh, baby. Scott Cassidy comes home with P2 here tonight. That was Scott Cassidy. We'll go to Bobby Joe, Bobby Lane Jr., P3 here tonight. Bobby, Bobby Joe, good run right there. Granted, you were 20 seconds behind the battle for the lead, but, still P3. Take it all day long. Ain't nothing wrong with it.
Yeah, it was them two there. They were gone, but we had a pretty good race back there going on.
Yeah, you did.
Mm-hmm.
I was kind of worried about it there for a little bit, Ronald, and I finally got around him. Once I got around him, like Scott said, it's really hard to pass. If
you can also thank Alan and Rusty back there for tying it up with Ron too. That they got to battling back there and gave you that second or so you needed, to get you a cushion. They because they sure were duking it out right up to the finish line there.
Yeah, I think down straightaways I was looking more out my rearview mirror, checking them all out back there than I was driving the truck. A couple times I was like, "Damn, you need to focus on where you're going."
Hey, we're all guilty. We're all guilty of that too. That's all happened. That's happened to us. I can't tell you how many times I've done that and then missed my turn-in point.
Yeah, run up there and hit the damn wall, let them
Yep.
all catch you.
Yep,
that's the kind of stuff I'd do.
That's right. Yeah.
Oh boy.
Go ahead, Jake.
Oh well, I don't know if you asked him another question.
No,
or
I'm
not,
good.
but
I'm gonna save. I got one for everybody here when we're done.
Bobby Lane Jr. gets the P3 here tonight. Bobby Joe, congratulations on the finish. Appreciate your time as always. We got an idea of it, but go ahead and thank your sponsors. Need shout outs.
Bass Tire and everybody has anything to do with the league. Y'all and all my fans out there watching.
There you go. So, all right. So this is my question. I just learned this tonight, about an hour before I got in here, that in this update on Monday that we had last week, or this past week, for iRacing, they changed the arrow on the front of the trucks. Did you know that?
No.
I didn't. No.
Yep.
We did. I did know it. BJ had mentioned it to me, and while we were actually racing, he was talking about it, and that's what we were feeling when you got close to somebody.
That's
the
exactly
car
what
would
you-
just get tight or push right up to the wall. I mean,
Yep.
you had to. It felt crazy.
Yep,
Yeah,
and that's what they did.
pretty wild.
They changed the front aerodynamics to be more realistic. It just in the way it was going to handle dirty air and stuff like that, and that is exactly what you were feeling. And I literally didn't know that. I knew about a lot of the stuffs that were in the update, but that's one that they kind of hid down in the bottom, And I watched iRacing's video, and they talked about everything they did during this update, and that was one of them as they continue to work towards more realism, between the tires and the aero and all of those things to make these cars drive more like they're supposed to, and it was interesting to see that everybody was struggling tonight in that spot when you got that dirty air on the front of your truck. It was worse than normal, and that's why. So, yeah, interesting, right? I mean,
yeah, and you would also get loose if somebody got up on your bumper. Even before this update.
Right. Well, that's another characteristic of these vehicles. If somebody gets right up on you, especially on your quarter panel like that, they can get you really loose. That's, there's no all you got to do is watch some regular NASCAR racing, and that's what these old boys do. If they can't get you, they'll get right up on your quarter panel and try to get you a little loose and then scoot on around you, That's what they do, but yeah, I just wanted to bring that up and see if y'all knew about it and see what you thought of it. And because, like I said, I just found out before dinner here, so I figured I'd pass it on. But that's all I got. And congratulations to all three of you. Another high-quality race, man. Great finish. Everything you could want.
Thank you,
All right, well,
Jim.
thank y'all.
Thank you, Jim.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jake.
Jake.
Yes,
Thank you.
sir. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate everything y'all do and everything. Jim, I was fixing to ask you final thoughts on Indy tonight, but hell, I think you might have just covered it, to be honest with you. But if you got anything else, by means, have at it.
No, that's it, man. Just looking forward to Dover. You and I both, we love Dover. We've talked about Dover a lot.
Oh, yeah.
I'm excited to see these guys race at Dover because I think we're going to get exactly what we want. We want there. And just like Indy here, man, we did a race on Friday night, and it was a caution fest, and it was a hot mess. And, this is what I wanted to see. I wanted to see Indianapolis racing, and that's what we got tonight. So, yeah, that's all I got to say.
Well, thank you. Yeah. Thank you, Jim. Jake.
Yes, sir. Absolutely, man. I'm telling you, Indianapolis, I love this place. I do. I suck racing here. I'll be honest with you. I mean, I am absolutely terrible here. But I will say, I drove an Indy car one time on here, and I made it one lap. Actually, no, I didn't even make it one lap. Actually, I blew it in. Or honestly, I blew it coming off of turn 3 and was going into turn 4, and I forgot how bad the aero was in those Indy cars. But it completely screwed me, knocked the whole right front off of it. But other than that, I love watching races here. I love the history, love the tradition. I talked about that earlier on. Very, very unique racetrack, awesome stuff. And Austin Cornpros gets the win here tonight with the HRT Motorsports Truck Series, guys. And what a race it was. What will happen next week? I can't wait to see what will happen. But that is going to do it for this episode or this race here with Motormouth Broadcasting. Got to thank all our great sponsors here with HRT Motorsports. These guys talked about them, but I'm going to holler them out anyway just to give them a good bit of love. Chasing Muscle Cars, C&L Carpets, Allen Tillery, Buckhannon Resort, Bass Tire, T.W. Perry, all the great sponsors. And can't forget about the Roasted Records. Obviously for the title sponsor of the HRT Motorsports Truck Series race here tonight at Indianapolis. Got to give a shout-out to the drivers putting on a hell of a show. The fans, y'all come out big numbers supporting this great league. Everything they do, and all the admins, BJ Lane III, Bobby Joe, Scott Cassidy, all the admins that put this thing together and make this, and I say it each and every week, one of the best, if not the best, racing league out there. Clean racing, hard racing, door banging, we get it all. And we saw it here tonight at Indianapolis. For my good buddy, Jim Cunningham, I'm the redneck announcer, Jake Reeves, said as I always say, be safe, be kind, be fast. And damn it, we're going to find out why they call it the Monster Mile next Sunday night. Dover International Speedway, Monster Mile, it's going to be good. Will the monster chomp up the HRT Motorsports Truck Series drivers? Better get y'all's ass in gear. We're going to Dover next week for round 9. We will see you Motormouth Broadcast at 9 p.m. Eastern Time next Sunday night. We'll see you there, folks.